Hidden in the middle of the desert lies an ancient city that seems like something out of a story. It is considered the world's oldest skyscraper city, featuring hundreds of tall buildings, some reaching up to 11 stories. Imagine these structures, comparable to modern skyscrapers, are nearly 2,000 years old, yet they are not made of concrete and steel but of mud bricks. This raises the question, who built this city? Why was there a need to construct such tall buildings? And how did people accomplish all of this to millennia ago? This city is SHIBAM, located in Yemen, and it is regarded as a unique archaeological wonder. It is hard to believe that SHIBAM is so ancient. Its distinctive architecture makes it even more special and unique than modern. Manhattan in New York, SHIBAM spans an area of only 330 meters wide and 240 meters long, yet it houses a population of around 7,000 people. Its buildings and way of life date back to the Roman Empire. The environment of SHIBAM further enhances its significance. While mud bricks are commonly used throughout the region, buildings of such height are found only in SHIBAM. This city is a historic marvel, standing tall for thousands of years due to its unique lifestyle, trading importance and efficient use of water. In 1893, this city was given a new name when Western travelers first arrived here. As they approached the city from a distance, they couldn't determine if it was a rock or a mountain. But it wasn't a stone or a rock. It was SHIBAM. It was a small place where approximately 500 houses were built in the middle of the valley. When European travelers saw it, they referred to SHIBAM as the Chicago of the desert, possibly because in 1885, the world's first skyscraper was built in Chicago. However, SHIBAM is entirely different because its buildings were constructed not from steel but from mud. The people living here faced harsh climatic conditions. Temperatures often exceeded 40 degrees Celsius. There were no trees, and the desert's rocky terrain was so hard that it could only be used for foundations. This is why the inhabitants started making bricks from mud, which were dried in the sun. 16 workers could produce approximately 8,000 bricks in a day, which were used to construct houses. These houses had a lifespan of around 300 years, but maintaining the city was an ongoing process. The design of SHIBAM's buildings was unique. The house's foundations were made 1 meter thick, while the walls of the upper floors were gradually thinned to only 30 centimeters. Mud mortar was covered with plaster to strengthen it. The tops of the tall buildings were coated with a white lime plaster, making them waterproof and providing cooling. The mud plaster acted as an insulator, preventing heat from entering, while the reflective properties of the white lime further reduced the heat. However, white lime was used only on special structures, such as mosques, because it was an expensive material at the time. It also became a status symbol. Similarly, the doors of SHIBAM's houses were crafted from beautifully carved wood, adding to their aesthetic appeal. The people of SHIBAM faced many challenges in their daily lives. Climbing up and down tall buildings without elevators was routine. Large items such as refrigerators and air conditioning units were hoisted up using ropes from the rooftops. As the stairs on higher floors became narrower, each floor of SHIBAM's houses served a specific purpose. The lower floors were used for storage or shops, while the upper floors were used for guest areas, family living spaces, and sleeping quarters. But the question remains, why was such a tall city built in the middle of the desert 2,000 years ago, where there was no shortage of space? According to archaeologists, a significant reason was to protect the settlement from wild animals and enemy attacks. By building vertically, the residents could efficiently use the limited space, while ensuring the safety of their community. This architectural style remains a unique example in the region. According to the people of this region, 2,000 years ago, 4-story buildings were being constructed here. But SHIBAM was something even more unique. The Hadramaut Valley was often targeted by invaders, which is why the houses were built so close together that Their walls acted as the city's defensive walls. While people wanted to expand the city horizontally, the scarcity of land led to the decision to expand vertically in 1301 AD. This decision was driven by a significant event in 1298 and 1532. Two major floods severely damaged large parts of Shibam. At that time, the city was surrounded by water, resembling a peninsula. These floods shaped the city into what we see today. Afterward, people began constructing tall buildings, and for centuries, they have continued to build and maintain this city with their own hands. Shibam is not only an architectural marvel, but also a testament to human resilience and determination. In 2008, a severe storm in Yemen caused many buildings in Shibam to collapse, resulting in significant loss of life and property. However, the tall structures of the city helped prevent even greater damage. Another major threat to Shibam is the ongoing war in Yemen, which has deeply impacted the lives of its residents due to economic hardships. Workers struggle to meet their basic needs due to rising inflation. In 2009, a terrorist attack killed four South Korean tourists and their guide, which led to a complete halt in tourism. Tourism was once the sole source of income for many families in the city. Despite these challenges, Shibam still stands. The people here have immense love and pride for their city. They work shoulder to shoulder to preserve and restore it. The residents are deeply connected to one another. If one family faces difficulty, others step in to help. Many homes have shared doors on the third or fourth floors, allowing elderly residents to move between houses without having to descend to the ground floor. These people live together as a strong community. Shibam is more than just a headline. It is a brilliant example of human creativity and perseverance. Despite limited resources and harsh conditions, the people here continue to strive for a better life. Even in today's era, with the use of concrete and steel, the residents of Shibam have succeeded in keeping their unique city alive.